Coming up.
And then my job was to make ETFs, and I had no idea.
No way. As a recent brilliant graduate, I'm ready to take the workplace by storm. But first, I have a few questions. So I found some smart professionals to help me answer some questions. Welcome to my first job series. I'm making some serious headway with my job hunt, and I'm so excited to start. Now, in one of my interviews, I got a question about what I hope to achieve in the first 3 months. Now, I'm sure I blew them away with my answer. Super smart, super awesome. But it got me thinking, I should ask the professionals about the first 90 days.
The first 3 to 6 months are going to be rough. Mentally, physically, emotionally.
I'm starting to see a theme here. I come in with excitement and positivity, and you guys just shut me down. Oh, hi Hilda. I thought you'd abandoned me.
Why is this who you are?
Anyway, welcome to another episode of The Workplace Will Be Hard. I thought we'd already established this. That's why I'm planning it out meticulously.
It's not about how well planned it was or wasn't. It's what worked out.
Okay, so what worked? Imagine it's my first day. What do I do?
Presentation. How do you present yourself?
If you know I look good.
You have to really be on schedule, right? You can be the new guy and then you showing up late in meetings, right? Or you submitting your stuff late, right?
Be on time, make a good first impression. I can do that. Anything else?
The first 3 months specifically, just consume as much information as you can about the company that you're at.
I'll be honest, I've had interviews with job descriptions I don't fully understand, and I'm wondering if it'll be too much for me to learn in a short period of time.
It is accepted that you don't know what you're doing.
When I started working at BlackRock, and then my job was to make ETFs, and I had no idea.
No way. How did you deal with that?
I had to read so much about just the general idea of ETF, mechanical, technical of an ETF, meeting people, talking to people that are in my team.
That wasn't awkward?
In those first 90 days, you have full license to ask all the questions you want.
Yeah? So I can ask anything at all? No such thing as a stupid question, right?
People say no question is dumb, but yeah, they are dumb questions, right?
Thanks, Eve. See why I'm worried?
A lot of people think that, oh my gosh, if I ask a question, I'm showing that I don't know, I'm exposing me in some way. But in fact, it's the opposite. If you have the maturity to ask the question, you come across as a lot more professional, a lot more mature.
Okay, ask who?
I would go to my manager and I would say, look, I'm not quite sure how to do this.
Okay, ask my manager questions.
Not just ask questions of your manager, ask questions of your colleagues.
Ask them the questions you can ask your managers, right? You always have to have someone to ask the dumb questions.
Okay, so day 1, I start looking for those who can help me.
Not by plotting, this person might do X, but actually seeing human beings at work. Because the truth is, people like being seen, and people like feeling like they are understood and that someone is interested in them and their lives.
I know. Make genuine friends.
Yeah, I would say make friends at the job and provide value.
I thought we'd established I'm new here. How am I supposed to know what I'm doing?
You have to ensure that you and your managers are aligned on what success looks like.
How?
When you're given a project, you have to say back in your own words and articulate as clearly as possible to your manager. So if I understand success on this project looks like blank by this day, and make that blank as clear and explicit as possible. And you may not be able to do that in the meeting. You may have the meeting where the manager articulates to you what needs to get done. Then you need to go off and you need to process that, put something together and say, I think that this is what success looks like, right? And by this time. Then you have to plan a path to get there that includes a set of check-ins with that person to make sure you're on the right track.
Thanks, Chris. That makes sense. Clear definitions of success and regular check-ins seems like a foolproof way to add value. Thanks everyone. Great advice as always. If I spend the first 90 days making a good first impression, asking the right questions, building good relationships, and adding as much value as I can, I should be off to a great start. Thank you for listening. How did you find your footing in the first 90 days of your new job? Did you find it challenging to ask questions? Let me know in the comments below. Next time on my first job series, the professionals tell me about their superpowers. No, really, they have superpowers.
That is my superpower.
I think it's my biggest superpower.
It's a superpower depending on where you are.